Ah, you motherfucker. Hello? Yay! I heard myself. Yep. What thing? It does the thing sometimes where if you have like multiple audio tracks. So for example, I have audio track 1, which is, you know, going into the stream and what have you. And then I have audio track 2, where that has basically the same stuff, but it's excluding the music track, which is where Chrome, iTunes, or Spotify would go through. And it would also exclude some of the chat or some of the bit redeems or some of the other stuff. So it's not that great when that kind of nonsense happens. I'm gonna be real with you. That should not count. But yay, congratulations, Furry Cures is first again. But yeah, so that dropped out like 3 times, which I'm gonna be real with you is not great to have happen at all. I mean, look at all my sound off. How many of my viewers are still here? I saw Bestest Boy, like they look like they were here for a minute while I was like, you know, off somewhere else, and I think there's going to be a 3-minute advertisement going off very shortly, which is not going to be great. Yes, I see it. I see Bestest Boy. Hello. All right, so we got Bestest Boy, we got Furry Cures. Please don't let there be an advertisement. Please don't let there be an advertisement. Please don't let there be an advertisement. Motherfucker, there's an advertisement, isn't there? Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Hello there. All right, sorry, I'm just gonna refresh stream elements there and have a quick look. Is there an advertisement going on for people? I pray there are no more complications. Knowing my luck, there probably is. I am going to have a quick sippies. Lord knows I need it. But yeah, let me just double check. Let's see, partially connected, stream elements, connect to stream elements. Yep, cool, it's connected to stream elements now. All right, I need to double check. All right, so my biggest fan has a 180-second cooldown. And yep, it says my biggest fan is Jason. I'm going to lower the cost because, you know, there was all these like issues. How much am I having? So biggest fan. And also I think I can, all right, mark is complete. I'm going to try and, I wish I could refund you the biggest fan thingamadiggy Yizen. I'm sorry about that, but I have it in like my thingamadiggy, the action for biggest fan, that it actually fulfills it, which I probably should not have it do. All right, so 39 sec. Oh, okay, hang on a sec. If it's just 39, if it's only 39 seconds, then I can have the platform, you know, just reduce, like, you know, hold it down for, you know, 60 seconds instead. That should be enough of a delay, so then that way, you know. But yeah, I'm so sorry about that, chat. But on brighter news, got some new hardware equipment that I'm going to... not hardware equipment, sorry. Got some new networking equipment that I want to try and plug into my place. At some point over the weekend. It's most likely going to be after Sunday when I, you know, have free time to, you know, fiddle with tech and what have you. But, yeah. Oh my goodness. So many things are just running at 100%. I do not like some of this stuff. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. Maybe I can close out of some of this. I don't need this. Dang, what are some things I can close? I'm going to keep Discord running because I kind of need that. I need the Leap Motion. I can close Steam. And what's this? Oop. Text message. Oh, it's just notifications that my courier has dropped off my thingamadiggy. All right, hang on a second. We broke... Ah!
Thanks for the tier 1 subscription, Bestest Boyox.
Thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Why didn't that do anything? Hang on. That should have done something. Give me a second. I'm just gonna close and open a program. That should have had me, like, you know, pop up into the air. You ain't dealing with ads again? I love the way you think, Bestest Boyo. I appreciate it. All right, hang on a sec. Loading. There we go. Put me there. Nope, put me there. There we go. We are going to put myself here. And we are going to give myself the hat and the Kingdom Hearts shirt. We are back into theme, ladies and gentlemen. We are back into theme. Thank you so much for the last ad was 8:30 seconds. Problem with that. So, the intention is that that would normally go off at the start of the stream, not the middle of the stream. At the start of the stream, when no one else is here, it will run, you know, it'll run like 2 to 3 minutes of ads. The reason for this is so then that way anyone that's getting into the stream, like, after the advertisement's sake, they don't have to deal with advertisements for, like, the first hour, basically. Because here's the thing, is, like, I want pre-roll ads gone. I don't want them. They don't help me. I should not have clicked on affiliate so soon that I would be forced to run pre-roll advertisements. Do you still have to have pre-roll advertisements if you're not an affiliate, or do they get in trouble for trying to play pre-roll advertisements when you're not an affiliate? I'm curious about that one. But yeah, so to avoid pre-roll ads, I have like a big chunk of ads run at the start of the stream, excuse me. So then that way they don't happen for like the first hour or so that I'm in the middle of stream and playing and such. But once that hour passes up, then it's like, you know, every 30 minutes or so they happen, which is not that often. I'm only streaming like 3 to 4 hours normally. So I don't have advertisements go off that often, and I kind of want to avoid pre-roll ads for peeps who, you know, are just getting into the stream because they've just seen the tweet or something like that. So I'm sorry you had to deal with so many advertisements, Bestest Boy. All right, I'm just going to quickly tweet the fact that, you know, because I forgot to do tags and all that kind of nonsense. Actually, can I play music while I do this? So then that way, sorry. The woes of being my, like, I have to be a streamer, a programmer, and a social media expert. You know, good, you get it? I'm glad that you understand. Thanks, Bestest Boy. You know what, Bestest Boy? You really do live up to your name as the Bestest Boy. I'm proud of you. Bestest Boy, living up to their name. Oh my god, none of these affect me. Twitch. And hashtag furry. Hashtag ENVTuber. Ow! 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 Ooh, thank you for the 69 bits. I really appreciate it. I got hit with so many apples. That was insane. VTuber. Uprising. VTuber. EN. Let us resume the Kingdom Hearts! Exclamation point. Twitch, furry, EN VTuber, VTuber Uprising, hashtag furry VTuber. Tweet. There we go. Alrighty then. Sounds like fucking gunshots. I think it's because the apples are throwing in such rapid succession because of the fact that, you know, it's like, you know, 69 bits just being pelted. They will come in and see a giant titties. Yes, they will. Here's the other thing, however, that I have been working on. Let me just give you, like, a little, Oh, I don't have the button available for me. Damn it! Wait. Hang on. Who did that? Who went for the himbo cam? Who's looking at my titties? Jason! What are you doing looking at my titties? There we go. All right, hang on. Where is it? Bigger. There we go. All right, so if there's the text command, bigger. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to do a channel point redeem. We are going to call this channel point redeem bigger. And then I'm going to dink, and then it does the parameter of that. All right, so extra himbo. So while it is less than thingamadiggy, and then ding dong. Hey, you looking at my titties? Adds it by 10. Blend shape. All right, so bigger adds by 10, and then sets the extra himbo to be bigger. And then and then it sends the thingamadiggy to reset bigger. All right, cool. I can create a new thing. I'll turn it on after the. Actually, you know what? I'll add the. Ow! Thank you for the 6 bits. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Bigger. Make the zebra bigger. Alrighty, what's the goal book? Let's put it down to like, actually no, let's not put any seconds down. And, yep, redeem name is that. And let's do, yeah, we'll do like 7-second latency. I probably need to refresh my page as well. Three, 4, 5, 6. All right. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's about 6 seconds now. Alrighty, make the zebra bigger. All right, so I'm gonna make that. It's not going to be enabled right now, but once this extra himbo-y is done, then we're going to, you know, do the bigger thingy-madiggy. Merp, merp. Hi there, Bone. Things broke.
Now?
But now we're back. Oh, look at me with the...
Stop it!
Yes, I am going to stop it with the Ultima Blade. Hell yeah. Ow. Just flashbang me, why don't you? Who the fuck is this? What?
Some help?
Who are you? No, I haven't played the mobile game. The mobile game wasn't available for me. I just watched the video or some shit. And it showed you like all these like hooded people with furry masks. I do not remember this blonde. I don't remember that dude. Oh my, what the hell is this? Like, what? Okay.
All right. Let's go!
Wait. Twin, Abrax, Faker now. What the? Fight off the Heartless? What the? I see, these are all usernames. These are all usernames.
Furrycures 1221 paid me to say fun fact.
Amelia, I see Amelia, Zexis, Soriana, Psyche, Maki, Jade, Bear, Dave, Sam.
And if you won the contest, your name will be added to this game.
How long ago was this mobile game? Cause like, I'ma be real, like I think Kingdom Hearts 3 was like in 2019, and then like, were they expecting the mobile game to like keep on going after Kingdom Hearts 3? Oh, here we go. More of them. Katar, Luke, Piku, Phil, Ares, Michaela, Lucian. Oh my god, I can barely read this. Alright, Brick, Iceberg, Malik, Rudy. Wait, am I supposed to, like... Oh, I see. I'm supposed to dodge them. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Yes, I just read what you said. Like... Alright, these finishers better like be giving me health. Oh my god. Like, every time I hear about Union X, I'm thinking of like a fucking, like, Nintendo brick. I'm thinking of like a Nintendo, like, sorry, not a Nintendo brick. I'm thinking of a Nokia brick was when we were playing this game. Not like, you know, something with a like with a smartphone. When was Union X a thing? Also, scratching my foot because it's itchy. Oh my goodness. Yay! I've learned the final cure spell. Took me long enough. I'm gonna need it. Oh. That's pretty neat.
Sora! Are you okay?
Yeah.
What was that?
Keyblade wielders. From long ago.
It's the light of the past.
Yeah, but... We never had indication of the quote-unquote light of the past. Oh. Another Riku.
Just send out the big bad.
Oh yeah, the Riku that was possessed by Xehanort. It came out in 2015 in America in 2016. I'm gonna be real. I honestly thought 2010s earlier, not, you know, 2015 later. There were people in Trump administration playing this.
So, that must be you from when Ansem had control of your heart.
Yeah. How could I forget? I'd say that was our finest hour.
Yeah.
Wrong. My hour of weakness.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say
You
darkness.
Sure. How about we find out?
We defeated you before, like in Kingdom Hearts 1.
A real test for the mark of mastery. What did you say?
We gotta make sure you're not blundering your way toward a second failure.
Oh, there's Zigzabar.
Blundering? I'll have you know we failed with style, Chief.
At least you admit it. Well, if you Guardians think you brought the goods, you'll have to prove it to the old guy one last time. Kid, take it away.
Ridiculous. Hopefully I get to keep playing as Sora and not Axel.
This again?
Oh, these are the demon tower thingy-majiggies I can take a photo of, I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at him being all suave by having his Keyblade behind his back.
This isn't good.
Oh, we can take
Pull 'em
him.
up. Now.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's. Wait, one. Did I count that correctly? Was there 7 of us? Oh my god, look at that, like, frame rate of the Heartless.
Huh?
What does he do?
If you try to use time magic against these numbers, you won't have enough strength for the final battle.
Oh yeah, that was the thing from Birth by Sleep. Okay, his Keyblade is a lot cooler than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was only gonna have like the thingamadiggies. So.
I'll try and break through. Everyone, get ready.
Is this just gonna be like the opposite of an exhibition?
Crazy.
An exhibition dump that we've had in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3?
Better.
Yeah. Splitting up's a bad idea.
There's way too many!
We gotta fix this somehow.
We're finished!
That was Maleficent, wasn't it? Oh, it's Yen Sid! And they still give him the weird beady eyes. Oh, that's cool. We get like a little runway.
Go, my young champions. I will hold them all here for as long as I can.
We're not gonna leave you behind.
You guys go on! Me and Donald will stay here. The two of us will back up Master Yen Sid.
Yep,
Donald.
cool.
Goofy.
You are all bad by yourself, Sora.
Aw, he didn't insult
We'll
us
catch
this
up with you
time.
in just a bit.
Cool. Alright, yep. I got the ultimate blade.
Okay.
I can do this. Hi there, Masonic. Welcome to the stream again. Oh. Ah, 12% is not too high. Yep. Let's run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, there is 7 of us. Cool. Dun, 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 dun. Starlight, a Keyblade that survived from antiquity and gives you the form change Second Form S. Oh, only 2% himbo? Oh, but 77% cute. That's pretty high. And then we have, you know, Furry Cures, just, you know, absolutely insane levels of himbo. I honestly thought we were going to be able to run through all them Heartless just then, but I guess we're just going to be at the crossroads of the Keyblade Graveyard again. Bestest boy! Okay, cool. I was... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, it was 7 still. Okay. I honestly thought they were gonna be, like, really contrived and have them all come in from, like, different points of the cross. But I'm glad that they've, you know, kept it to just the one side for them. And then the... 1, 2, 3, 4... can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, and so they've got their 13 hooded peeps of different heights. Alright, so we've got the 7 shards of light, or, you know, the 7 beings of light and the 13 pieces of darkness. It almost looks like an arrow.
Today, we join these other wielders and leave our mark on fate. I have waited patiently,
Ow.
but together, we shall unlock the Keyblade War's secrets.
Sure. Also, reminder of the rules, because I just noticed that the pinned message has gone away.
Now, we forge it. The ultimate key. The Keyblade.
Up! The Keyblade! Oh. Seven pure lights and 13 darknesses. Yeah, that. I knew what that was about. I knew 7 and 13 was the thing. And 13 pieces all equal, except some are more equaler than others, such as old Xehanort up at the top there. Unless, is he not in the count of 13 that's there? No, I think he is included in the count for 13.
Here we go.
Here we go again. My goodness, so many cutscenes.
Yeah.
Like, not even, like, I'm glad that it's, like, you know, we're getting him a little bit back to that back, but another part of me is, like, I kind of want to just, you know, play the game. Will you let me play the game, please? Here we go again. Alright. Oh my goodness, we nearly died. Alright, save this. The Scion of Severance on the trail of Valediction. Oh my goodness. Could you, like... Battle gates will transport you to familiar lands where combat is the name of the game. There you'll encounter all manner of... Oh! So these are where the battle gates are. Bonk. Yep, okay, so now we have the Scion of something or others. Make a mithril crystal if I wanted to. Can I make a cosmic? No, I can't. I need more lucid gems. Alright, so... So this is Battlegate 0. Yes, I am sexy, Masonic. Thank you very much. I am very sexy. I am very himbo. Alright, so this is Battlegate 0. Do we just need to defeat them? Yeah, we just need to defeat them. Easy enough to do. Oh, I forgot. I was on the thingy-majiggy. I need to activate the one for Urznea. Go. Come on, do the leap.
Try this.
Yay! Put up to 91. Activate this blade now. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, and we're getting actually like quite a bit of experience points for this as well. Bang, bang, boom, ding. Oh, I forgot to give Bestest Boy the spiel. I forgot to give him the Bestest Boy about, you know, thank you for subscribing. And thanks to your subscription, you do not have to worry about advertisements, and you get to have these fun little boys. Look at these. You get to use them in all the different channels. Do you have a favorite already yet?
I'd better get ready.
There we go. Cool. There we go. And then, anything I can add to the workshop? Yep, I can. Can I forge any of the Keyblades to something? Ooh. Oh, you're just, like, weak as F. Okay, I do not have the Wellspring crystals for those yet. But let's see what happens when I power this up. Oh, this is just like a... Oh, damn it. I thought it was going to keep to, like, you know, everything gets +1, like, you know, fairly and such, but I see it isn't. Wellspring Gem. Okay, so not perfect. So yeah, that wants Wellspring Crystal. And then that wants Lucids. So yeah, I've max leveled this fella here. And then I've got photo missions where I need to take a picture of a demon tower. I need to obtain 20 Twilight Gems and 30 Sinister Shards. 20 Lucid Gems, 20 Frost Gems, 20 Blazing. Every type of, you know, gold star kind of material and every type of synthesis. Got really close. But yeah, I made all the cool weapons. I made the Save the King Plus. What do I need for the Cosmic Ring? Because the Cosmic Ring would give me the coolest stuff. Alright, so I need Lucid Gems. But I don't have that, so we're just gonna have to make do with... Ooh! Okay, so can we fight both? Alright, so...
I guess I need to get through the door before it closes.
Yep. You'll get a chance to snap the Demon Tide in one of the battle gates once you beat the game, that is, and I'll tell you... So, wait, aren't all the battle gates available now? Because Battle Gate 0 was there? Should be an easy one to deal with.
Riku!
Sora!
Yay! I get my... Cool! That was easy. So yeah, so this is Heartless Xehanort, or Ansem as he's called. And he's... Thank you for the peck dance and the nut button.
Wait! Ansem! Where are you going?
That was a very disheartening, like, whack for the Keyblade. It sounded like a very fry pan-y kind of clunk. Alrighty, we can take on this guy solo. No biggie. No troubles.
Hey, let's speed it up. Keep the line moving. You better run. R for reload.
Back at you! You like it? Got him! Here we go!
There we go. Easy enough to do.
Stronger! Come on! You like it? Back at you!
Just absolutely wail on him because I have the ultimate Keyblade.
It's over! Think fast! There! It's over! Why?
Yeah! Oh, this blade is gonna make it so easy.
You're not real.
This again?
Huh? I'm the real one. Aren't you my past self? From when Ansem possessed me?
Oh, look.
You beat Ansem and you're still here. This guy is me.
Okay.
Oh. I knew it. It's a replica. A soon-to-be empty vessel. I've been waiting for a chance like this.
I'm kind of following it. Oh, look, now it's like actually empty.
Hey! What are you doing? Take the vessel!
No. The world already has you. There's someone else who needs the replica more.
I'm gonna guess
You
it's
know who
Terra.
I mean.
Oh. Naminé, you're saving her.
Dun, dun, dun. Wait, is he
Good luck.
still, like, not seen by Sora and the gang? Because otherwise, like, he's just gonna have this moment where he's like, oh, like, Riku just looked at his past self, and his past self just turned into a mannequin. I feel like that's what, like, is going through Sora's, like, visual right now. He's just seeing all this nonsense for
Let's
him.
make it
Oh, hang on.
interesting.
Yeah.
This one's special. Heads up.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to activate this for Uranea Zack. I'm doing the mermaid thing. Why is she looking like a crystal?
Yes!
Heads up.
Woo! Yes!
R for reload.
Yes!
What am I supposed to be looking at?
Ready?
I'ma be real, Uranea Zack. That made no sense. I just wasted all my MP on this one. Alright, you do your slow walk. Never mind. Let's just. I was ready to have to do like blocking nonsense, but I guess we can just, you know.
Hey, watch it. Start dancing.
Yeah, not a great idea to stand there when I'm activating my form.
So long!
Hopefully this works. Yeah! Hell yeah. I'm actually gonna take another sip of just my... I think I'm gonna most likely just drink my Jack Daniels and Coke throughout this session. I'm not gonna wait for rules. Alright, fine. I'll hydrate with real water then.
If I had a Keyblade, it'd be different.
Like you're actually worthy to use one.
Oh. I am
Jason
worthy.
036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
What do you mean?
Alright, hang on a sec. 20... I don't want to, like, run the cutscene while I'm doing my squats. I'm technically up to 60 right now, however, not 20. So... Alrighty, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Jason. I wonder, is there a way for me to be able to forcibly increase the count? Hang on. So if I...
Jason036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
So if I do that...
Jason036 thinks you should do 20 squats.
So I've done it twice now. Now, supposedly... Yep, puts it up to 40. Now it puts it up to 60. There we go. Oh yeah, and then featured throne item, because I could do with the new CPU.
Promised to bequeath me his. Why else do you think I would ever put up with all his nonsense?
It'd be wasted on you.
As if.
What? Oh no, he left his weapons. Oh, please don't, like, fall back into the abyss. Yeah, thank you for the mention of the throne, the Discord, and the Twitters. Oh, I don't think I have one for Twitter, actually, now that I think... Because Discord and Twitter are, like, linked down below. Alrighty. Hopefully this means we can run and help Mickey next. So that's the replica body that the Riku was using earlier. Well, not our Riku, the Reeknort. Reeknort.
Is that a replica for Naminé?
Yeah. Wish we could help her now. But first...
I know.
I'm going after Ansem.
That was not, like, you know...
I'll go help the others.
That wasn't an unknown factor. I knew exactly where you were going after this. I wasn't thinking you were just going to abandon us. Proceed into the labyrinth. And now we can deal with all the adversaries that Mickey has to deal with. So we've had to deal with 3 different peeps. And then there's 4 here. 1, 2... Should add lunges to the list to choose also. That is actually not a bad option. I guess my issue is that I have a chest rig thingy-majiggy on. I could disconnect it, but what's more is I kind of don't know how to do lunges. Lunges? Lunges. Wait. Lunges. Am I saying that right? Lunges. Oh, there's the 4th. So, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. We dealt with 3 earlier, so that's 7. So we got another 6 to go after this. But yeah. Hi there, Chosen Mun. Is that how I say it? Chosen Mun? Chosen Mun. I'm going through Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'm going to be drinking for a lot of reasons. Is he gonna be in his, like, you know, checkered white outfit again? Alrighty. This... Were they expecting me to be able to, like, you know, go through this while I have my Ultima Blade?
Settle down! Back at you!
Yes! The smooth backflip Mickey did. I was not paying attention to the backflip. I was distracted by all the leather-clad opposition. Is he just gonna get instantly Norded? Yes, it looks like he got insta-Norded.
Xemnas!
Exactly what I needed.
What? Pick a card, any card.
Sora, look out!
What? Oh, cool. Oh, is he gonna... Oh, is he gonna, like, absorb Mickey? He's now in the fucking Shadow Realm.
No!
Sora, one final game. The rules are simple. All you have to do to win is find me among these cards and strike me down.
Oh, that's not fun. Do I have to bother doing that? Can I just start hitting all of them?
Don't worry. I'll get you out!
What's the matter?
Impressive.
So long!
The game continues. Too bad. Too bad. Not impressive.
Yeah, it's over!
It's more as I go. Live dangerously as I go.
Could not care.
Too bad. Watch closely. Shuffle.
Yeah, it's over!
I was not paying attention after the second time he pulled that trick. I was like, fuck it. I'm just hit all the cards. You can't kill me with your cheap tricks.
You were born for these sorts of games.
Ow. Hi, Luna. Is that my...
What's this?
A wild card. You've earned it.
I'm sorry, does your magic still work after...
Hang on to it.
Never mind.
Could turn the tables.
Play again someday. When we're just guys.
When we're just dudes, you know.
I should like that very much, Sora.
When we're just guys. When we're just one of the boys, we'll play video games. Like one of the boys. You would run around to see the other side of the card and you would see Luxord in one of the faces of the card. I just went for the one that was like, you know, hopping around and such. And then, yeah. That's how I did it on, like, that, you know, first two attempts.
Got him!
What's the matter?
Stop playing!
Here we go. Excuse me while I just whack you with this ultimate weapon.
What's the matter?
Go!
See ya!
It's time to finish it for you! Back at you!
Like, yep, there we go. Thank you.
See ya!
Worm! No way.
There we go. That's her out of the way. And now for... Obviously, they just added her in for just, you know, oh, we needed another Xehanort, you know, thingamadoogie. Like,
Are
is she
you
just...
kidding?
Oh, no, she's just gonna be Angies. How's it going? It's going all right, Luna. I crashed the stream like 2 or 3 times, which wasn't so great. But
I didn't
now we're
ask
back.
you for your garbage opinion.
Oh, look at this Karen.
I lost to a bunch of losers like you. But could be worse.
You could...
Become that geezer's heart tank? No thanks.
All right, I need to refill me my Jack Daniels and Coke.
him?
I was really just along for the ride.
Where are you now?
With...
My secret.
Oh, wow, we just had to give her like a final... Oh, yeah, no, she's not truly evil. She was just doing it for someone. But we can't reveal a love interest, otherwise that will... Oh, Jesus. I'm still holding a bottle. Here we go. There we go. Sorry, I just had to refill my my Jack Daniels and Coke. Help the king defeat Organization 13 members. Easy.
Got him! Yeah! There!
Hopefully I actually do hit him. Yep, looks like I did. Oh, is he just...
There's no hope for you. Back at you! Yeah!
Yes! This is easy. Dun, dun. Violins.
Oh, so now it all comes back to me.
Hey, is that a real laugh?
Did we ever learn, like, Marluxia's, like, past or something?
My heart is remembering how to feel.
Really? That's good.
Ooh,
And now I am on the cusp of reclaiming my identity.
I need to put a little more Coke
My
in here. That was a
purpose
little
for
too
being.
strong.
Thanks to you, Sora.
All right, that's a better portion of, you don't know if I saw? Well, I didn't see the second half of, What's-a-Mahoozy.
While you go find the others.
I didn't see the second half of Chain of Memories because I absolutely objected to it. I did not like the system, and I know there was like, oh, you play the second half as
The sun's
Riku.
going down.
Why do I care about the sun?
Yeah, yeah.
Am I meant to go this way?
So these panels in the floor are switches for the doors.
Cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Damn it. All right, I thought I had a clever way of getting through these, but I guess I just effed it up. Oh, because I didn't need to even... Yep, okay. Never mind. Oh, I need to open the blue one. Wait, is my glide not activated? Yep, no, it is activated. Cool. Twist of Isolation! Alright, what's this one? Oh, I've already completed this one. Okay, never mind. Alright, so that's... Alright, yep, so that's 3 of them. And that's 3 of them. All right. Easy. There was a guy with pink hair in the mobile game. Oh, okay.
Kairi! Axel!
Sora!
Yay. Oh, okay, so that's the classic Keyblade.
Nice to
that would
see
be, Alright, so we're dealing with, Guitar Himbo, the blue guy. There we go. Let me just activate my Keyblade.
I call on the moon's pale light.
Oh god.
So long!
I thought one of them, I thought there was like 3 characters fighting here, not 2.
Xemnas.
There was a time when I trusted you to deal with traitors. And now your betrayal outstrips them all. What final words do you have for your superior?
Well, let me think about it. How about you were never my superior?
Ah, ever the rogue pawn. Knocked from the board early in the game. Utterly useless and forgotten.
I'm gonna be real, he lasted longer than Kairi in our little fight, so you better not get rid of him.
People rooting for me. Sorry, boss. No one axes Axel. Got it memorized?
Is this supposed to be a Keyblade? Or is it some sort of joke?
Oh, is that not a Keyblade? It would be. Oh, it's the fucking thingy. Oh, come on.
Our plans have been dashed by you. Far more times than I care.
I was really hoping it'd do like all the blocky things like we did, but I guess not.
I will purge that light in you. With darkness.
He said the line. He said darkness.
Changing sides again.
Oh, would you look at that? It's Scion.
Alive. You know that.
We only need his heart in order to forge the key. We do not need his soul. Oh, but that's right. You were friends. Then
Xion. Xion, like I know who I'm talking about, at least. You know who I'm talking about.
Who are you?
Probably 100 times.
Don't do this.
Are you telling me you were like just he was just able to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna casually walk in here? Like, never mind the fact that there was like hundreds of lasers hitting Axel. I'm just gonna casually walk.
You can stop now. It's all right.
Xion.
Xion. Why do we remember Shion? I'm sorry, I can't help but think that this is a woman who's just like, you know, she's doing her best and such, and then someone's just like, did they just mention her by name? And she's just having a fucking panic attack because someone knows who they are. It'd be like if someone walked into my stream and said what my real name was, and I just have like this crippling depression moment.
Useless puppet.
Oh my god, it's Shion.
Shion!
Oh, you said Shion. Seriously, dude?
Keyblade is no more. And still you think you can play at being a guardian of light? You can wait your turn. Also Ran.
Who the fuck is Also Ran? That makes no sense. Also, the fuck is this? What Deus Ex Machina is this? Is this Roxas?
Hands off, my friends.
Yeah, it's Roxas. I can see the Keyblades in the clouds.
It cannot be.
Look, I'm gonna be real. That was a fucking Deus Ex Machina moment. Let's just, you know, make up a reason.
Roxas. My turn.
And then he wears like, and then he's holding like, you know, the fan favorite Oblivion and Oathkeeper.
Where did you get a vessel?
Same as you.
Same how?
Most of the organization's members, they traveled here from the past as hearts. And you had replicas ready and waiting. One for each of them.
Who told you?
Wait, what?
I owe my return to many. Some of them people you knew.
Ansem the Wise. Zexion.
And others too. It seems you're not as good at winning over people's hearts as you think.
Ah, I see.
Though
There
those
was one last thing I needed in order for me to be whole again. A connection. Sora helped me find my way back here. To my friends.
Roxas.
Oh my god.
I don't need hearts. I will scatter them all to the winds.
Kairi!
What difference does one little light make? You have others. Just as we have more darknesses to replenish our ranks.
Yeah, way too many times.
Rest, Axel. Roxas will fight in your place. And I'll fight for Kairi.
Oh, I missed the darkness part.
Yeah.
All right.
When it comes to Keyblades, you're the old hands.
Darknesses count. Darkness, because darknesses is darkness with a suffix.
Get away!
Get ready! Back at you! Yeah, right there!
Final form.
Got him! Over here! Back at you! Yeah, it's over!
Still haven't achieved our goal.
Look, I like that we get a moment to see like Shion and Roxas and Terra again, but as I'm playing through this game, I feel like it's just sort of, it's doing this thing where they're just grabbing like fan favorites from the past, and then they're just sort of like, all right, and here's the reason. here's the reason why they're now here. And it feels like just a real, like I said, Deus Ex Machina, where it just feels like, you know, you just have like basically, you know, a machine of God made dropping down.
Stop it. The whole act.
Terra has brown hair. No, I don't mean Axel. No, Axel as well. But Axel, he was in since Birth by Sleep. I'm meaning Terra. Because let's be real, we have Terra's armor, or at least the lingering will. I would not be surprised if we're gonna see him like take off his helmet and it's gonna be Terra with the brown hair, or somehow the lingering will, you know, gets a hold of Terra Nort and they get their last moments with Terra because of like some self-sacrifice moment. Just you wait. I'm gonna go into the next flight. Yes. We're gonna deal with Terra Nort, and I bet you the lingering will is gonna be in there, and they're gonna do some sort of Terra nonsense. Because we just recently in this one fight here, we got Xion coming in, where I'm like, okay, I can kind of see Xion coming in, even though, quite frankly, Zanmis wanted nothing to do with Xion. We wanted Sora to work. He wanted Roxas to work however he wanted. He didn't care about Xion, but then they used Xion. But then, so yeah, we get Xion, and then we all of a sudden get Roxas in the one cutscene. Like, yeah, it just felt like pandering. Of like, oh, you remember Roxas? Oh, you remember Xion? You want a repeat of like 358 over 2 days? 358 over 2 days? That's just kind of what it feels like in some moments here.
You go help Kairi.
Right.
Absolutely.
Gotta run.
We are going to do that because...
Good luck.
Gotta run. Are they gonna follow me?
What now?
Oh, now she's back to having her like depresso breakdown. Because here's the thing: is like.
Guess I should have brought some ice cream.
Actually, no, that doesn't make sense because they did exist, you know, separated and all that kind of nonsense. But, like, she was formed from the memories of Sora that were extracted from Roxas or something or rather. So for Sora to be fully formed, both Roxas and Xion needed to not exist. But Roxas exists while, you know, Sora and Xion exist, and that's because of, like, time travel nonsense. So... open this. Just need to activate my finisher the second I'm in this fight. Alright, so there's Terra Nort. There's the Xehanort of control. Oh, hey, there's, what's-a-mahoozy? Vanitas.
Aqua! Ven! Sora!
You will release my friend.
Let's just get you out of the way first.
Over here!
Back at you!
There we go.
Over here!
Oh, I guess we didn't hit him. I love how they're giving us like these pirate ships and such, and it's like, I do not care. I have the Ultima Keyblade. Like, I'm gonna be fairly okay as far as, you know, taking on bosses are and such, considering the ultimate form is just an absolute baller of a moveset. Alright, are we gonna get the Lingering Will? Is the Lingering Will gonna pop up at this point? Or are we gonna have like a one last conversation with Terra? It's one of the two. No, I guess not.
It's over.
Infinite circle.
The rest of me.
Oh, I don't know if the mechanic was going to be something else entirely, but I was just like, I don't care. You're in targeting distance. Let's take you down like an F-22 would take down a balloon. Oh, would you look? Oh, he has blue hair. What? Oh, yeah, no, it's black hair. It's like a...
Your face.
Yeah.
I'm the piece of Ventus that was taken away.
Yeah, you're Vanitas, so you had the black hair
Ventus
thing.
Needed to be whole again. So, why shouldn't you and I look exactly the same?
Contrivances.
You define me, Sora, the same way that Ventus does. We are brothers who together make a greater whole. Then why won't you stand by our side? Instead of with darkness?
Oh, darkness!
Because I am darkness.
Darkness!
And I do stand by your side.
1.
I'm the shadow that you cast.
2.
How much closer could I be?
But I didn't ask for this. To be sifted apart, nice and neat. We should be free to choose. Not just light, not just darkness.
Darkness!
We decide what we are.
But, Ventus, I did decide who I am. You see?
And what you are is darkness?
Darkness.
What I am is darkness.
Darkness! Oh my god, I hope they stop saying darkness. Oh. That was a lot of jacking.
Vanitas?
Please don't talk. Please shut up. The more you talk, the more likely you're gonna say darkness. Ah! Please stop. I don't need you to say it. Oh boy. Alrighty. Oh, that's gonna get into my head real fast. Ugh. Alright, is he still Terra Nort?
Aqua. Ben.
Terra, please.
Come back! Terra!
Terra! Your friends are here!
Alright, either he's... The lingering will is gonna have to come in.
Terra! Terra!
Yeah, there's a fourth chain, which means it's going to someone.
Darkness!
Oh, he said darkness.
You'll never be able to break these chains. They're our bonds. You have no power over me!
Stop, Terra! Please, stop it!
Why do I feel like he was supposed to be, like, smashing him down and shit when he was doing those?
Farewell.
No!
Break these chains, like the song? I don't know the song. Have we been hearing it, like, dozens of times?
I kept my promise.
The fuck? Is Shadow? What? Oh, the break the chains is a joke. Okay.
You fell to the dark.
Thank you for saving me from hearing darkness again.
One day, I will set this right.
Is this Terra?
One day, I will set this right.
So this must be like...
I will return to this land.
Yep.
And protect my friends.
Oh, would you look at that? It's Terra in his final moments. Oh my goodness. How could I have possibly have guessed that Terra at some moment was gonna be coming up in this fight as we deal with Terra Norton Vanitas? Oh my goodness. Could that be Terra? The fan favorite himbo.
Aqua, Ven!
I am just such a fucking genius, aren't I? I'm just such a fucking genius.
Is it you?
Yeah. You never stop lighting my way back.
Aww. The Birth by Sleep trio.
I heard you too, Ven. You found me, just like you promised. Thank you.
Aqua and Ventus need rest. Terra, look after them.
No, Sora. I'm going to.
That's what he wants. For us to make a mistake. Put ourselves in danger.
Sora, go. We'll catch up with you.
Right. I got this.
Hang on, I need to check in on someone. Yeah, he's doing squats. Sorry, I forced Kusaki to do squats, and I wanted to see if he was doing them. Yeah, it looks like he's doing them. Listen to him struggle.
Avalon Hoskins.
God damn it, Avalon!
Squats.
What are you doing in my stream, forcing me to squat? All right, I need to catch up to him really quick. Hold on a sec. Oh, he's almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, my stomach. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Thank you for the 20 squats, Avalon. I said 20. Hello there, Avalon. Welcome to the stream. I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 3. I said 19? I said 19? That's how you say it, right? Alright, hang on. I need to, like, stand over this thing to get full health. There we go. Nope, that's just a battle gate. Don't care. Do I have anything to hand in? No, I do not. Sure, let's buy a Kupo coin. Oh, Oh, I can get a stuffed quail if I wanted to. Strength and defense and whole HP. So that was a meat dish. A fish. Yeah, let's go with the fish dish. And then a dessert dish. And then a soup. Ow. Thank you, Furry Cures, for the head thingy-madiggy. You've been lurking the whole time? Of course you have been lurking the whole time. You're just waiting for the opportune moment to make me do squats, aren't you? You're just waiting, lying and waiting for me to, like, you know, give myself in to, like, you know, looking over at Kusaki and being like, look at this Puma. Look at this Puma trying to play Crash Bandicoot and not trying to exercise. Like, you gotta work on your squats, man. You gotta get caked up. Cause you know what people want to see when you're presenting kicks? They want to see cake. Like, you gotta pose with, you know, you gotta pose with the foot out, and you gotta, like, bend the knee, and then you gotta, like, twist the body, so then that way, like, you're showing your ass out, but then you're also, like, twisting in, so then that way you're, like, so you got your foot to the, so you're, like, imagine this, you're standing on the side, you got your foot out, you got your ass, so you got your ass out, and then you gotta somehow twist the spine, so then that way you're facing towards them while your ass is out. You gotta be caked for that. Who cares about... Ooh, a mall card. You will be able to purchase exclusive items. I'm sorry, exclusive items? Oh, elixirs. Oh, I can only purchase one of those. Okay. Ow. Oh, I could have gotten the plus variants. God effing damn it. That would have been nice to know. Damn. Ow. And thank you for the follow, Joshua. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, wait, I can sell things. Hang on a second. Sell. Keep the high potions, keep the mega potions. I'm gonna sell the ether, because I have, like, high ether available to me. Sell... How much high focus do I... Okay. Sell that. Keep the elixir. Keep... I don't care for these things. Alright. Sell the lobster. Sell the pumpkin. Sell the carrot. Sell the crab thingy. I want only pluses. Alright, hang on. Chocolate mousse, stuffed quail. We can sell the Nirvana, the Save the Queen, the Warhammer. Hi there, Joshua. I hope you're having a wonderful time. I'm not using any of this stuff. Actually, no, I'll keep... Let's see, Firaga and Firaz. Okay, get rid of Firaga. Alright. Get rid of the Rescuer, get rid of the Mask, get rid of the Snowman, get rid of the Insular. Ow! Thank you for the boops, and whoever bonked me, how dare you? Alright, keep the... Ooh, I have tons of veal, but it's not really gonna be worth much. Alright, hang on. Shop. Buy... Okay, cool. I can buy 4 of those if I wanted to. Yeah, let's buy 4 of those. And then... Equipment.
Joshua _M12 paid me to say hello, the best cute be never Merl Plov.
Hello. Welcome. Hope you're doing alright. Alright, we're gonna swap from ether to high ether. Enable re-upload. So we got the mega ether, we got the mega potion. Change the refocuser to elixir. What is Mexit? Oh, it would have done it for the whole team. Okay. Alright, so we got our 2 elixirs. We got high potion, high ether, and mega potion. Cool. And we've got as many of the thingamajiggies as we want. Can we increase anything else? Am I on the PS5? Yeah, I'm on the PS5 right now. I'm on the PS5 right now. Alright. Oop, wrong button. Let's see. Attraction engine. Damage control. Have the yep, cool. And then attraction extender. There we go. Alright, I can't turn on the counter thingy-majiggies because I already have, like, the... Press after a successful block to send surrounding enemies firing, to attack distant foes, to slash at nearby enemies. Okay, let's go counter impact then instead. Cuisine, we're gonna go for the best we can go. Alright, so that gives us 2... Wait, so that gives us 2442. Yeah, it's best to go with this one. And then... Yeah, stuffed quail is our best. And then cream fromage. Extend the availability period of ow. You gotta keep hitting me, furry cures? You gotta keep hitting me like this? And then I got the Kupo coin. And I got the gummy phone. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, we gotta run up a wall. Oh, wait, hang on. Cutscene time. We gotta go watch a cutscene.
Riku! Your Majesty!
Riku!
About time.
Sorry.
Alright, so we're fighting Ansem, Xemnas, and, Wait, I thought we already took... Oh, wait, it's young Xehanort. Oh, what was that? That did the slow thingy-majiggy for me as well. That wasn't on... Hands? 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 Come on. You better not be like... There we go. Cool. So yeah, that like slowdown thingy-majiggy, that happened to me as well.
Xemnas!
Like, this is on a different console. This isn't on the PC.
Wait, is she in trouble?
Yes, technically speaking.
Xemnas took her.
Settle down, boy.
It's Sora!
The 13 darknesses and 7 lights have clashed 9
Darkness.
times, yielding these 9 keys.
Keys?
We are 4 short.
Alright, hang on a second. I need to refill my drink because I feel like we're gonna go through a lot more talk about the what's-a-mahoozy, the darkness and the keyblades. Oh, shit. That's a lot of rum. Hang on a second. And the Kingdom Hearts, yes. Woo! Oh, I just took a full sip of the Jack Daniels. All right.
But those 4 keys will be produced here and now.
Yeah, sure. And what makes you think there'd ever be any way we'd help you with that?
Because we're fighting.
You forget I plan for every eventuality.
Oh.
Kairi!
If you do summon Kingdom Hearts,
Oh,
we
Kingdom
will
Hearts!
defeat you. And we will close it again.
Perhaps. That is, if you survive that long.
Alrighty. Looks like we're fighting again.
Go back to the shadows, Ansem.
You better not deal with time nonsense. Oh, never mind. We're dealing with time nonsense. And keys again.
Riku! King Mickey!
Checkmate. Are you ready?
Ow. I was not ready for that.
Surrender.
Let's go. Don't blink.
Oh, ultimate form. Here we go. Now we've won. Now we've won.
Back at ya! Back off!
Yes. Let's see if we can. There we go. The infinite circle. Yes.
What's so funny?
I told you. There's a high price to pay for all of this.
And what price would that be?
I'll go back to my time and live out my life. But Sora, you're done now. Your journey ends here.
Well, that's uncalled for.
What?
Goodbye, Sora.
You're a teenager.
Your
You don't know
time
how I'm gonna live.
in this world is...
Go on.
Bye, Felicia.
Fall before these broken keys.
There!
Obedience ends in darkness.
Go on!
There we go. I could not care about, doing this normally.
Are you ready?
Wait, that didn't defeat you?
Boy, you say.
Got him! Back at you!
Be gone.
Got him!
No more.
Back at you! So long! Here we go!
Yep. All right, there we go. And hopefully this. Wearing the zebra pants again.
Go!
What am I doing?
Yes. With what he said, you'll have to play Remind to understand. Well, I guess.
Bested. Yet again.
Well, yeah, because I defeated you in Kingdom Hearts 2. Like, unless you've gone through like a power-uppage, we're not gonna have difficulty.
What do you feel? Was it worth it?
I feel the emptiness where my companions once stood. I took them for granted. And now I have nothing.
Oh no, you have
Surge
nothing?
of emotion in years.
I cannot take him seriously, I'm sorry.
For as long as I can remember.
Like, am I supposed to feel sorry for him? Absolutely not.
Loneliness.
It's fucking Xehanort.
Do you see? A heart is just pain.
Pain is being human, Xemnas.
Really? It must take incredible strength.
Yeah, Xemnas. Like, we've already fought Xemnas, and now we have to fight Ansem from Kingdom Hearts 1.
All begins and ends in...
Can I just do the thingy? No, I cannot.
To darkness!
Oh, let me do the magic carousel. Let's see if that actually does something.
Come on! Come on!
Surrender to it!
Yep, cool. That did nothing. Sure, let's do the finisher. Yeah!
Darkness.
Oh, he said darkness. I heard him say darkness. He said darkness. Like, when I was killing him and shit.
Ansem.
What a journey you and I have had.
You know, it's strange. I think I'm gonna miss you.
Your strength is vaster than darkness. I knew I never stood a chance. Part of me wanted to defy my fate.
Wait, did he say darkness just then? I wasn't paying attention.
But when the others betrayed
Said
us,
it again?
I found
Cool.
I did not care. And then, nothing else seemed to matter anymore.
Ansem.
Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters.
It's time to move
to me.
So go forth now and seek it.
I'm gonna be very drunk or very dead at the end of this. I reckon I'm gonna be very drunk. But may I remind you, I am 120 kilos of pure zebra beef before you. Maybe not like, 100% muscle, but I'm still 120 kilos. This body can process so much coke like you wouldn't believe. I just wish I could, convert all... I'm surprised I lost weight. Hey, you lost weight? Good for you, Jason. Wait, hopefully you lost weight for, okay reasons. 120 to 95? Jason. Serious talk. Hold on a sec. Ow. If you were, looking to, get leaner and such like that, I absolutely applaud you. That is wonderful news. I want to do that kind of thing. Thank you for the head pats, Masonic. Great work, Jason. Excellent. Wonderful to hear. Fuck yeah. You're gonna be attracting so many dudes. Code is just gonna have to, start doing kung fu moves in front of them and be like, back, my man, back, I say, back. And just start going ting, 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 ting. This, darkness! He said darkness again.
Kairi!
You require motivation.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Okay, that's a problem.
Kyrie!
That's a problem.
Why her?
Because she was like one of the princesses of light and... Or no, princesses of heart. And then she was like a warrior of light or something like that. And now he needs to motivate you.
Done it.
Xehanort!
Wait, how many Keyblades are there now?
Stop sign.
Oh my goodness, that is some crazy time.
Your Majesty! Riku!
Uh-oh.
Now, the Keyblade War will finally reach its conclusion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, yep, 12. Oh, it's the Keyblade. That is a very weird
Keyblade
sword.
is complete. Kingdom Hearts, I call upon your true form. Open now and show me the world to come.
2. Ugh. Sorry, I just had to quiver for a bit. Am I drunk yet? Nah. At least I don't think so. Nah.
Oh, don't give up. We thought you might be able to use a couple of more half pints.
Donald. Goofy.
Yay.
Typical. You can't do anything without us, Sora.
That's another insult.
Now wipe those tears. And let's go stop Master Xehanort.
Yeah.
Master Xehanort. We must stop him
controls
before
Kingdom
he
Hearts now.
activates the Keyblade and takes
Kyrie.
on Kingdom Hearts.
You worried?
Guys.
Sorry we took so long.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, it's the 7.
Had a couple of plot points that needed ironing out.
Master Xehanort.
He did it. He opened Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
So what now?
Oh, this. I'm probably gonna get drunk in like 30 minutes. Oh, how the fuck were you two still alive?
Your Majesty! Riku! Are you okay?
Oh, we're fine.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Explain
Wow.
yourselves.
It's Xehanort. During the Mark of Mastery exam, we learned that he can transcend space and time. He's a portal, and we can use that to trap him.
But it won't be easy. Aqua, Riku, I'll need both your help if we're gonna push Xehanort out of this world.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah, no, I get that he stopped time. I thought he did like a thing when he did the Stopka.
What?
Because they like both
Kingdom Hearts
disappeared.
is a much bigger threat.
Kingdom Hearts.
Let me handle Xehanort, while you guys keep it shut.
Oh. Yeah, Stopza. Sorry, did I say Stopka?
Right.
Yeah, righto. Woo.
Okay, Sora.
I got this.
Local zebra gets drunk and cries naked in the shower. Au contraire, I do not cry in the shower. I cry in bed. Like any functioning adult, I do it on my way to sleep.
Without Keyblades, it's not like we'll be much help here.
You can at least try.
3 half pints together again.
Let's move. The darkness is spreading.
Darkness! Oh my goodness, can we please...
Sora.
Huh? Oh. Hey.
Kairi will be alright. I can feel it.
Cool, but you were made from the memories of Sora, who was made... Or the memories of Roxas, who was made by the memories of Sora. You're not exactly the memories of Kairi here. Yeah, let's go. Just gotta do Goofy's stance.
Do it!
Hell yeah. I had the exact same thought, Xehanort. Do not worry. Just know that this is magical shit happening right now. I think what's happening is we're putting him in a battle gate. Ow. The battle to end all. Thank you for the achievement. Ooh, boy. If I wasn't feeling it before, I'm feeling it now.
Whoa. Where are we? Oh.
What Final Fantasy world is this?
It's beautiful.
Admire it another time.
Right. We need to find Master Xehanort.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the chess one. When there was like the two peeps playing chess. Hang on a second. All right, save this real quick. Ding. The stairway to the sky. Oh my god. Okay, chat. I need to come clean at this point.
It sure is awful quiet here.
I am a little bit tipsy right now. Like, I am, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm like forcing my eyes open. I'm just sort of like, all right, I need to see. Oh, there's Xehanort. How is he like? Is there like replicants of Xehanort just walking around? Oh, there he is again.
What?
Yeah, I'm watching.
What's going on?
I'm watching. Oh. Who the fuck is that? He wasn't in the mobile game. Or at least as far as I know, he wasn't in the mobile game.
Are you serious?
Oh. Are these like the 13 vessels from like the original Keyblade Wars or something like that? All right. The real organization.
Ready?
Alrighty. I'm doing this while tipsy though, so this is gonna be a very interesting fight. I'm gonna be real with you.
Huh?
Okay. I guess we're trying to make our way up to the castle. Ooh, hang on. Ugh, excuse me. Oh, defeat the... Oh, these guys have quite a bit of health.
Back off! Yeah! Yeah! It's over! Yeah! Back off! Back at you! Yeah! There!
Oh boy.
Yeah! Go!
Nah, I can handle this right now. I got this. I got this. Alright, where are they? Where the fuck did they go? Oh, there they are. Easy! I understand the shot walk is faster, but I can only really do it like 2 times. 3 if I'm lucky.
Of all the places to be sent.
Master Xehanort!
Hello.
Behold, this town. Once a seat of power for all Keyblade wielders.
Oh my gosh, are we gonna get a title sequence?
From which all worlds spring.
Okay. Okay, I did not defeat that many of the organization. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Here I and my other selves can be one.
Okay.
United in Scala et Caelum.
Scala ad Calum? Oh, there we go. There's the fucking title sequence. Is it gonna give us a title? Please don't give us a title. Nah, never mind. It gives us a title. Ah. Whew. Yeah. Sala at Kylum. I said Kylum. Xehanort when he's going for a shit. Alright, here we go. I'm ready. I can do this. Sure, he's got like a fancier coat, but I can take him. Sure, he looks like a minotaur. I can take him. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yes. Boy, who's looking at my titties? Jason, stop looking at my titties. Oh no, don't do this.
You guys okay?
Don't rotate the world like this. Oh, this is not a good time when I'm being a little bit tipsy.
What the fuck is going on?
This is what the fuck is going on. Okay,
Xehanort!
this is...
Oh shit! Oh, you're just getting started.
Okay, ignore him. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Take this.
Oh. What am I meant to do in this scenario? Oh. Oh, another rotation again. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, we're in the water. Not good. Let's get out of the water, please. Oh, we don't get the allowance of, I thought we'd have the opportunity for a shot lock here, but I guess not. Yes! Let's get us out of the water, please. I feel like they should have introduced water fighting in more than just Pirates of the Caribbean if they're going to hit us with this in the final level. Woo, boy. Okay, fine. Just be a dick. Oh, no, 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 don't get your hands off of me.
Back at you.
Ah. Alright, looks like we're doing the shot lock thing.
Take this. Try this.
Dink. Alright, hopefully this gets some...
Go.
You think you have...
Yes! Alright, hang on. I need to refill my drinking thingy-majiggy. If he said it twice, I'm going to need to refill. A little bit more. Okay, that might have been a little too much. Oh my god, like... How big is this bottle? Oh, 700 mils, never mind. I thought it was a liter. I thought I went through a liter of, like, rum. But no, I only have... It's only a 700 ml bottle. Woo, boy. Thank you, Chosen Mun. Thank you so much. I'm glad that it's more than just Furry Cures who's keeping track. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Woo! Get fucked, Xehanort. Yeah! Alright, let's take him on. I got you, homie! I got you! Let's go! Ugh. Ugh, excuse me. Ow, I accidentally hit the mic. My mistake. Cool, the bands are still on there. Alright, now we're getting to the top of this, you know, goddamn Portugal town. Okay, yep. Hydrate with some water. Am I burping? No. I am not. I am sorry, my friend. I am sorry, Furry Cures, but I am not.
Over, Xehanort!
You thought you could contain me here, knowing all that you do about connections?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, cool, it's the Keyblade. That's not good. That's not good at all.
There is one sky, one destiny.
Well, now I just know he's, you know... He's just pulling random lines. He's like, oh, there's one sky, one destiny. It's like, why does the sky have anything to do with our little fight right now? Like, look at all the keyhole motifs that are around here. Alright.
Come on. Yeah. Take this. Back at you. Go. Yeah, it's over.
Phase 2. Oh, if that was an obtainable Keyblade, I feel like it would really break the game.
Come, Kingdom Hearts!
Kingdom Hearts! Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to pause just there as I grab my drink. Kingdom Hearts! long.
Enlighten me.
Oh my goodness. Oh, he takes all our powers and we become the Heartless.
Be gone. Be gone. Come on. Pathetic. Concede. Be gone. Come on. Concede. Come on.
Hell yeah. Also, return to light. Yeah. Oh, that looks like a cool pose there. It just looks so much cooler with the Ultima Blade.
Here and now.
Oh, boy. I was winning! Oh yeah, the Kingdom Hearts 3 VODs are getting automatically uploaded to the YouTube. They're getting uploaded to YouTube. I'll make them available as like a thingy-majiggy. Am I supposed to do something here? Oh, there we go. Move, move, move. I'm still alive. Trinity! I'm still in this fight! Dun 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 dun. I can hear the music in the background. This is my fight. This is my moment. Goofy. Donald. Fight. Yeah. Oh, do I have to button mash? Oh, I don't have the button mash. I thought I was gonna have to button mash. Woo! Yeah, I'm not doing this on critical mode. I'm not that good of a gamer. I'm not a god gamer like Puffin. I'm just a normal gamer where I can't have a life. I just have to play video games.
How?
Through the power of friendship.
You lost.
Yeah, get your
No,
bowl
look.
head.
You are too late.
The Kingdom Heart.
Are we really?
I don't think so.
What's gonna happen?
A purge. The world will be returned whence it started. The world began in darkness. And
darkness.
From that darkness came light.
Darkness.
From the light came the people.
One.
The people had hearts.
Two.
Evil burgeoned in those hearts, begetting more darkness.
Darkness.
And the darkness spread across the world.
Darkness.
The light, the symbol of the world's hope, was devoured by shadow, leaving nothing but ruin and utter failure.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But the first light, the light of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
It can give us a new start. An empty world. Pure and light.
It wasn't your decision to make.
Then whose was it?
It wasn't yours. Ooh.
The world needs someone to stand up and lead.
No, it doesn't.
Someone strong. To stop the weak from polluting the world with their endless darkness.
Darkness.
Someone to dictate their destiny.
Hang on. Nice. 169. Woo.
If so, you're not that person, Xehanort.
Please stop saying darkness.
A real leader knows that destiny is beyond his control. And accepts that.
You make me think of an old friend.
Look! Oh.
Look! The fuck? Oh, it's our friends. Woo!
You made it! Are you okay?
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts is closing on the other
Oh,
side.
Kingdom Hearts.
But we managed to follow our hearts to you.
Master Xehanort.
I don't know if you should really be calling him Master at this point. He's a bit of a dick. Maybe we can keep to a nice round number of 170. Ooh.
There's more to light than meets the eye. As
That's
I told
it.
you.
There's more to light, that's it.
You sly fox.
Oh, is it not even Xehanort? Is it like just some fucking other person? Oh, it's Master Equinox.
Now hand over the Keyblade, Xehanort.
Keyblade.
It is too late. For us, perhaps, but not for them. No.
Ooh.
I can do this.
No, you can't.
Enough. Checkmate.
Serious? It's the two of them that were playing the chess game since the start? Are you fucking serious?
I told you that you might be surprised.
Yeah, you got me.
Really?
What?
It's just, you never admit it when you lose.
That's because I never lose.
Except at this
Oh,
point.
come on.
Right here. Right now. Right here, right now. Also, that is a stupid fucking chessboard.
Good game today.
I try.
Maybe I won't go as far as you.
Huh?
Hello.
When the world
Hello.
needs a defender, they'll pick you, Ericus.
Okay, I can't read that. Hang on.
You think?
Teal Beal H 1127. Hopefully I read that correctly.
Yeah, and I'll be there for you.
I'm gonna be honest. Now I'm drunk. It only took, 3 hours or so. Mori Mori. Oh, I can read that. I can read Mori Mori. What does Mori mean? Is it like Moshi Moshi? No, because that's Moshi Moshi. What's Mori Mori mean?
Very well done.
Are you serious? I just get Keyblade just like that?
Terra, Aqua, Ven. Forgive your foolish teacher.
Ow. How dare you?
Master.
Cookie! Cookie for Jason. I'm paying attention. I'm paying attention.
And Aqua, I left you with such a heavy burden. Terra, look after them for me. Please.
You can call him Master Terra at this point. I feel like Master Terra would be well deserving for Terra at this point.
Here. Ready, my friend? Yes.
Ah, look at them go. Fucking children. They both go up to Kingdom Hearts.
Sora, let's close it.
Looks like Mori Mori left. Valid. I'm not exactly in like the... Ooh, we held the Keyblade.
Help me out.
Absolutely. Interesting that he's using two hands, but he's holding the two hands on the middle piece rather than two hands on the actual like holdings of the blade. Ow. Ah, fuck. Oh yeah, I'm most definitely drunk at this point. Like, I have the numb feeling in my feet. Like... Fuck. Oh, we're back in the Keyblade graveyard.
It's finally over.
No.
We'll find Kairi. Let's head back to Master Yen Sid. We can figure it out.
Wait. Oh, yeah. We didn't find Kairi.
I know what to do.
Sora!
Please don't stab yourself like in Kingdom
whole
Hearts 1.
journey began the day I lost her. And every time I find her, she slips away again.
Oh my god,
thought
Sora,
we'd
please don't
finally
let this
be
be the
together.
suicide note.
But she's out there, alone. Not for one more second.
Oh, God.
That's right.
Thank you, Donald, Goofy. But this time, I have to go it alone.
Sora, listen. The power of waking isn't to go chase hearts around. Even if you do locate Kairi, you might never come home to us again.
I will. And we'll both be back before you know it.
Please.
Let him go, Mickey.
Riku!
His heart and his mind are made up.
Is it now?
Believe in him.
Thank you.
Yeah. Safe journey, Sora.
Thank you.
Oh, here comes the music! The fucking ending music! With the classic Keyblade! Dun. Bum, bum, dun, dun, dun. Oh, look at that. He gets back with Queen Minnie. Oh, you don't have to worry about that, Jason. If you wish to support Thingy-Madiggy is just for, like, that's an automatic thing that's happening. And the reason it's happening is because the CPU takes a lot of...
1221 thinks you should do 20 squats.
Okay. Fine. We're gonna do the 20 squats. Oh my god, this is gonna feel weird while drunk. I think I'm drunk at this point. Okay. Oh, it's the fucking what's-mahoozy from the end of the world. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's that guy. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Whew. Thank you for the 20 squats. Oh God.
I'm only crying 'cause I never dreamed it'd take this long. It'd take this.
Can I? Yep, I can skip this. Cool. All right, next scene. Oh, that's the lidless eye keyblade. That's not Xehanort's. That's something that existed before Xehanort.
Finally, back where it belongs.
Who the fuck are you? Who are you? What the fuck? Oh, it's the mobile guys. Snake, bear, unicorn earlier, leopard, or cheetah, sorry, and so there's unicorn.
Summon us back.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Is that you, Lucio?
Lucio?
Haven't heard that name in a long while.
What? What? No. No. Wait. What? Hang on. No. Okay. No. 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 What the fuck? No. That's Zigzabar. What do you mean? Brag. What? Oh my. What? No. No. What? Oh, what? What? No. What? No. What the name? The fucking is this? Oh, what? No. Oh my. What? What the fuck, Kingdom Hearts? Oh my god. How old are you? What is this? Why? Why? You're a fucking mobile game. Why do you have more precedent for this? Oh my god. Chat, did you know? Chat, did you know this hand, this fucking bullshit right here, Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Birth by Sleep, those pale in comparison to like the fucking like, you know, drop in plot twist compared to fucking back cover. I am holding this mic right now with my left hand. Yes, I'm drunk, but that doesn't avoid the, what the fuck?
These days they call me Zigbar, but hey, whatever suits you.
Oh my god.
Is it really you?
Yeah, but some time
Cookie
ago,
for
I
Jason.
cast my old form away. Been through plenty more semblances since, but it's still me underneath.
My day be so
What
fine.
happened? Why are we
Then
here? You tell me.
Morning.
I had a role to play. And after all these years, it's done.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, and there's Maleficent and Pete, because we had to have the Disney shit in there. Oh my god.
I guess Ava didn't make it after all.
Meaning what?
I told her clear as day what it is I had to do.
I do not have the energy for this.
As if Ava had her own mission, and she carried it out.
I've heard enough. Lucio, what was your role?
Oh my god. What's in the box?
I hope you like long stories.
We've played 8 video games. Enough with the long stories. Seriously? Oh my god.
Bonker.
Checkmate.
What's this?
Are you seriously starting the game again?
New game.
Okay, what's with the dragon in the center?
And?
7 black
Just
pieces,
watch.
13 white pieces. What? Oh my... Are you... Oh my god. Ugh. What's my phone saying? Oh, I should go to sleep at some point. Where are you, Sora? Where? Where? Oh, cool. You're not alone. There's Riku. Where the fuck are you?
Her phone is saying you should sleep, Lop.
Yes. Oh, that's a car. You're in the modern day. You're in 2020 right now. Are you kidding me? Are you... The secret movie! The secret movie is, oh my god, Sora and Riku are in the real world. This is so fucking dumb. Oh my god. What? Because, like, I'm seeing all these, like, it's like an Indian Bollywood movie where it's just, like, you're doing all these transition shots to be, like, you're in the real world. Oh, who the fuck is you? That's an entirely different person with the heterochromia. And he has the black hood. Classic. Cool. Are you fucking kidding me right now? What? Oh my fucking god. Seriously? No, not the memory archive. No, no, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. That was a mistake! Stop! No, get out! Oh my goodness, the story so far. Kingdom Hearts 3, Depart... What the fuck?
Do you remember this story?
Yes. Memory. Just take me to the... Select an episode. Darkness. What the fuck is this? The story so far in Kingdom Hearts 3, chapter
Who are we
Darkness.
fighting? How did this all begin? And why did it take us so long to notice?
The 13 Seekers of Darkness, yeah.
As a Keyblade Master.
Oh my god, what? Do you still got a drink for this? No, I'm not drinking for this. Fuck that. Fuck this. Fuck all of this. What the fuck? Are you shitting me? What the fuck? Seriously? Oh my god. What the fuck did I just go through? Oh my god. Guys, I am... Oh my god. Okay, hang on. I'm drunk right now, and okay, I need to finish. Let me just try and go through the rest of this. No, we're not gonna watch the cutscenes. Ah. I'll go through Remind some other way, okay? Oh my god. Insanity. This fucking game with its like just its contrivances with this fucking like, oh, you thought this? Let's go down this route. Are you shitting me right now? What the fuck? I am going to need a hot minute. I am going to need a hot minute. I am going to need to figure this shit out. Because I know where there's Kingdom Hearts 4. I know that's going to be coming up. Oh my god. Ow. Okay. Clearly, there is more that I need to go through. But I'm not going to go through it tonight. I have to go to sleep at some point. I have work the next day. It's 9:30. I think what we're going to do, we're going to cool it. We're going to calm down. And we're going to jump into, we're going to raid. We're going to raid into Kusaki. He's played Kingdom Hearts. He must know this. He must understand. Yes, there's going to be a message. It's going to be a custom message. Drunk Zebra crashing the party. Join the darkness. All right. If you have emotes, if you're subscribed, you can use these emotes. Otherwise, we're going to use just the message as we raid into Drunk Zebra crashing the party. Join the darkness. That is going to be our raid message. I hope you're going to join in with me as we raid into Kasaki as he's playing... What the fuck is he playing right now? He's playing he's playing Crash Bandicoot 4. He's not playing Kingdom Hearts, but he's played Kingdom Hearts. So we're going to raid into him. I'm going to be back up again Saturday evening. We're going to be going through more... can we do drunkenness instead of darkness? Sure. Drunk. Drunkenness. Join the drunkenness. There we go. That's going to be our raid message. I am going to be back online Saturday night for Final Fantasy XIV. That's going to be what's going off tonight. What are you playing tomorrow night? Final Fantasy XIV. It's our MMO night. That's what we're going to be playing. And hi, Sir Dragon. Nice to see you. I'm just going to quickly say thank you, everyone who came along to tonight's stream. I greatly appreciate it. I'm glad we were able to finish Kingdom Hearts 13. I definitely need to go through the DLC, and I need to be in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 4. But that's going to be when it comes out. Oh my god.